미국인들도 열광하게 만드는 이 광풍의 주인공 로제의 라디오 인터뷰를 통해 알짜배기 영어 표현도 배우고 브루노 마스와의 비하인드 스토리까지 들어보겠습니다. 마지막에는 꼭 알아야 할 표현 5가지를 정리했으니 끝까지 함께 해주세요.
Let's give it up for Rosé in the building, y'all! Yeah!
We're so happy you're hanging out with us. We know you have so much going on. We just want to reset. How are you doing? How are you feeling today?
I'm a little like jumpy because it's like all happening now.
Yeah.
And but honestly, like I'm really grateful at the end of the day because it's I have to enjoy it because I'm up until the next album. I'm not gonna be.
It's real. It feels real, and I mean, as Crystal is wondering, and we're all wondering. I mean, it can be quite overwhelming at times, but at the same, flip side of that token is like, how proud are you of yourself that you've been able to make it to this place in your career and in your, the fulfillment of your heart, fam.
I'm super proud of myself.
Yeah, as you should be.
I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm like. Thank you, Rosie, for actually pushing through all of that. It was a lot. It was a lot of just confused times. I was lost. I felt lost for a little, a minute. But it was only because I think I had an exact purpose. I wanted this album so badly in the shape and form that it is right now, and so that's why there's a lot of trials and tribulations, but I'm really proud of myself.
You've accomplished that. You've been able to put your heart and soul into all things that the fans are loving your journey, whether it's your solo stuff or it's with the girls. These sounds, are they the sounds that you heard in your head and they came together on this new album here? I
feel
heard that vibe. I knew that was going to be a thing.
I think sound was more I was ready to explore and experience new things and be inspired there. But I think when it comes to lyrics and the content of what I would be talking about, that is something that I had envisioned. And I worked really hard.
That's how big that smile is. You're excited.
And none of it's all at the same
Well,
time.
we're so excited to see this new side of you. I mean, you're talking about how you've never been so vulnerable and opened up about so many things you haven't before. And now this is your time to do it. What were some of those themes that you found were a little harder to talk and be open about, but you're really proud that you ended up pushing forward?
But to be honest, everything that's in the album is it's not stuff that's hard to talk about. It's things that I want to talk about and that I always do talk about with my friends and family. That's the Rosie that my friends and family knows.
Yeah.
And because it's a safe space. And it's the utmost vulnerable and open and honest conversations that have flipped into music. And I feel the past year has been the most a lot of things shifted and changed, and I was the most vulnerable. So I think it was perfect. I've contained the last year of my thoughts in the album, and it's they're all experiences from the past 4 or 5 years. I would say 4 or 5 years, and I still talk about certain things. About the past. And
that's what the fans are so excited for, is you being you and you being willing to go there and being brave enough, not only that, to hop out on stage and to perform that. And then not only are the lyrics, powerful and so meaningful, but the sounds are the sounds that you heard. You're creating the bops that we just want to dance to as well.
Of
You're
course.
giving us the drinking games, and you know what I'm saying? Should we navigate towards this epic collaboration with a label mate now?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bruno Mars, fam.
Crazy. Crazy.
How did that happen
Crazy.
when you're pitching these names, these huge artists, and then someone like Bruno Mars says yes? What was running through your mind?
I actually never thought of pitching it to people. It was that was kind of Bruno Mars. I became I found out that I was a huge fan of him when he came to Seoul to perform last year, a year ago. A friend was like, let's go watch it. And I was like, okay. Because I didn't have anything to do that day. And I went, I was like, I couldn't process how good he was, and I was like, oh, I am a fan. I'm a huge fan, and I'd been listening to his songs because I just got my driver's license. I had been listening to his
Congrats.
songs.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that part
For a year, And then, label meetings. And then in the passing, I hear that Bruno's signed to the label. And I was like, oh my God, I'm actually the biggest fan. And I told him like all the stories.
You shot your shot. Yeah. And you're like, she left the
wait,
concert.
where was
she's
I
like,
going with
Pinky
this?
in
Yeah.
the room. You felt all that. You shot your shot. You
really
got that
did.
call and
Yeah.
you made that thing happen and you
Yeah.
manifested it.
Well, like crazy. And then he had asked for me to pitch 3 songs. And I was
He asked you?
Wow.
Okay, no, because
Yeah.
of course I asked. I was like, oh, I said to the label, I was like, do you think he would want to do a collaboration? And I say it like thinking like 99% sure that's not gonna ever happen.
Rosie.
But I'm just like, whatever, we'll see, we'll shoot the shot.
Yeah.
And then he's like, send 3 songs. So I'm like, this is not gonna happen. But the fact that he's even gonna listen to 3 songs, I'm like, that's
winning.
huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And then he like I'd met him by that time, and he was like, what does APT mean? And I was like, it's a Korean drinking game. And he was like, and
He
I was
was
like,
for it.
I was like, really? Oh my God. I remember we freaked out. I was like, what is happening? And then the rest is history.
That was the one.
Wow.
That was the one.
And it was a song you wanted him to be on. That's kind of crazy too.
Crazy.
How that worked
Girl,
out.
It is here.
Congratulations.
How cool is it to see not only this song now, but the fact that this song is based off of a drinking game that is close to who you are, your culture, your fans, and to see that be something that the world now gets to enjoy and wrap their arms around. It's a part of who you are and your culture. It's now something that everyone gets a feeling for.
Gets me a little like giddy inside because like it's actually like when I first started drinking because I was of age.
Yeah, of age.
Like I was the day I turned 20. Like that's when like I started drinking with friends. And it's actually a game that everyone actually plays.
Yeah.
So I feel like for Korean people, it feels like I made a song out of like Duck Duck Goose or something.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah,
For them,
yeah.
it's like what is happening? But it's so much fun.
That's
Oh my God.
I love
Oh,
shocking them,
so
being
nice.
like, I have a song called 아파트, and they're like, what? They're like, what? And I'm like, right? I
With
love
Bruno
that
Mars,
reaction.
With Bruno Mars,
Yeah.
too, right?
They're kind of like, what? And I'm like, oh, I love that reaction. I did it.
That you did it for you did it for the people,
Yeah.
and nothing like going back to your roots and
Yeah.
giving love to what's
Yeah.
making you you. We're so happy seeing that you're just glowing, doing your own project now and putting all that you have into it. And we also love seeing that your sisters from Blackpink are so supportive too. Have you shared some music with who got the first listen? Who gives the most feedback?
I mean, we're all so supportive. Like, everyone's so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been like this, and then we catch each other in the middle. I caught up with Jenny in New York. And this is New York.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, it's like, where am I even at? Yeah.
Yeah, in New York. Like, I think it was when she was at the Met and I was there for an event, and we caught up and we had the longest bonding session. Like before, like she was busy and we like caught up in the middle, but it was like the best, and we were talking about like bonding over like our experiences and everything. So that was like the cutest moment. Like Lisa, I caught up with her like in Korea, like she was there and I was like, I'm here too, and we hung out and like I played her one of my songs. She's like, oh my God, Rosie, I can't wait for your album to come out, because like she's like, make lots of, I love your voice, like you have to make like lots of songs for us. And I was like, oh my God, you're the best. And then
I love how you give the voice impersonation.
Yeah.
I love that part. We do that with all our family
Wait,
members.
and I want to still talk about Jisoo because she's
Yeah.
she like always tunes in. She's always like, how are you doing? Like, where are you in the world? Come back to Korea. I miss you. The best.
Gosh, to have that bond, to know that you are a part of this amazing sorority, this very special, family, and yeah, the love will forever be there. That's just a part of your journey, and now you're getting to write and create this chapter. And like Crystal said, just us as fans, as Blinks, we just really appreciate you being you, and having that be the way that you're emanating your light. So just thank you for taking a chance on you and doing it so graciously and so grateful that you are feeling those kinds of energies.
여러분, 잘 보셨나요? 짧은 인터뷰 속에도 유용한 표현들이 많이 나왔는데요. 그 중에서 현지인들이 가장 많이 사용할 것 같은 표현 5가지를 짚고 넘어가겠습니다. 정말 중요한 표현들이니 끝까지 함께 해주세요.
And yeah, I mean, as Crystal was, wondering, and we're all wondering, I mean,
회사에서나 혹은 친구들과의 대화에서 궁금한 일이 생겨 질문할 상황이 생길 때가 있잖아요. 그럴 때 이 동사, wonder를 기억해 주세요. 예시를 들어보시겠습니다.
난 내 친구가 왜 화났는지 궁금해.
I wonder why my friend is upset.
이 프로젝트를 끝내는데 얼마나 걸릴지 궁금해요.
I'm wondering how long it will take to finish this project.
내일 비가 올지 궁금해.
I wonder if it will rain tomorrow.
I mean, you're talking about how you've never been so vulnerable and opened up about so many things.
Vulnerable, 은, 취약한, 연약한, 상처받기 쉬운이라는 의미로 주로 감정적이거나 신체적으로 공격받기 쉬운 상태를 표현할 때 사용합니다. 쉬운 예로 연인과 헤어진 직후의 정신 상태, 마음이 혼란한 상태를 vulnerable 하다고 할 수 있어요. 혹은 사회 취약계층을 vulnerable social group 이라고 합니다. 예시를 들어보시겠습니다.
그는 자신의 감정을 나눈 후 취약함을 느꼈다.
He felt vulnerable after sharing his feelings.
이 건물은 오래된 구조 때문에 지진에 취약하다.
The building is vulnerable to earthquakes because of its old structure.
이별 후 그는 취약하고 길을 잃은 기분이었다.
After the breakup, he felt vulnerable and lost.
But you're really proud that you ended up pushing forward.
엔드업 동사 ing는 결국 뭐뭐하게 되다라는 의미로 어떤 일이 계획대로 되지 않았을 때, 예상치 못한 결과로 이어졌을 때 많이 사용합니다. 예시를 한번 보시겠습니다.
원래 하이킹을 가려고 했는데 비가 와서 결국 집에 있게 되었어요.
We planned to go hiking, but it rained, so we ended up staying at home.
친구로 시작했지만 결국 사귀게 되었어요.
They started as friends but ended up dating.
돈을 아끼려 했는데 결국 예상보다 더 많이 쓰게 되었어요.
She wanted to save money, but she ended up spending more than she expected.
Epic collaboration with a label mate now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Bruno Mars, fam.
에픽은 원래 서사시나 영웅적 모험 이야기를 뜻하는 단어였어요. 예를 들어 오디세이 같은 고대 그리스 서사시가 대표적이죠. 하지만 현대에서는 멋지거나 감동적이고 정말 큰 규모의 사건을 표현할 때 에픽이라는 단어를 사용해요. 속어로 짱이다, 쩐다라는 한국어 표현에 가깝습니다. 예시를 들어보실게요. 어젯밤 콘서트는 정말 대박이었어. 절대 잊지 못할 거야.
The concert last night was epic. I'll never forget it.
불꽃놀이 쇼는 대단했어. 그런 거 본 적 없어.
The fireworks show was epic. I've never seen anything like it.
전국을 여행한 우리 로드트립은 정말 멋졌어. 놀라운 곳들을 많이 봤어.
Our road trip across the country was epic. We saw so many amazing places.
How that worked
Girl,
out.
it is here.
Congratulations.
Workout, 은 결과가 좋게 되다라는 의미로 주로 어떤 계획이나 상황이 잘 진행되어 긍정적인 결과로 이어질 때 사용됩니다. 예시를 보시겠습니다.
프로젝트 진행 중에 많은 어려움이 있었지만 결국 모든 것이 잘 해결되었어요.
We faced many challenges during the project, but it all worked out in the end.
비행기 지연이 있었지만 결국 퍼스트 클래스로 업그레이드 되어서 잘 풀렸어요.
We had some delays with our flights, but it worked out because we got upgraded to first class.
결혼식 준비가 스트레스였지만 결혼식 날 모든 것이 완벽하게 잘 풀렸어요.
The wedding planning was stressful, but it worked out perfectly on the big day. 이 5가지 표현은 정말 많이 사용되니 꼭 기억해 두세요. 로제도 많이 사랑해 주시고요. 도움이 되셨다면 구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정도 잊지 마세요. 여러분의 응원이 큰 힘이 됩니다. 감사합니다. 다음 영상에서 만나요.